That guy's gonna stand back and smite me. Oh, I can actually hit him from here, though. We'll have to see who can out smite damage who. I think our spell power is... oh yeah, it's actually kind of low. That's because I only have Necro. Yeah, it's splitting it. The wind is rapidly growing quiet. You have +2 elect dagger. This is a weird character in a few ways. Well, we might bat away from here. This is nothing too bad, but well, let's see. Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, I'm not really using Wu's stuff as much as I could, which is a shortcoming. But I really like it more if I can. The problem is that you have to keep like moving adjacent back and forth around monsters, and the slaying is great, but you just end up taking a lot of damage, exposing yourself to a lot of hits for that sort of play style. You can certainly do, like, the lunge stabs are great. Serpent Slash works just great. It's just I'm not really using the martial moves outside of a lunge stab at all. I'm not really using wall jump because I would have to have a reason to use it, and I just don't have a very good one. I could enchant up my dagger, but I'm kind of more interested in... kind of more interested in picking up a demon blade. This is turning out to be a weird character, but I think it'll work in the end. We'll just be an FDA and it'll be fine. What is our what are our spells looking like? A little bit better, but still not amazing. Yeah, that's the thing with artifacts, although I don't necessarily advise using well, I mean, if you're just going to tap popcorn with it, yeah, +9 elect hand axe will certainly do the job just fine. But even if you're using your weapon like as a mainstay, often artifacts are just not very good. The best thing about them is pretty often either a rare good brand, or even more commonly that they just come like pre-enchanted. And so that means you have a good weapon now, and then you can wait for a mundane weapon of the kind you want and then use your enchant weapon scrolls on that one, and that one will often be better than the artifact that you found. Of course, there are amazing artifacts that you can find that are just the weapon you use for the rest of the game, but I see so many games where players just are wielding some weapon basically solely because it's an artifact, not for any particularly good reason. This has been the level of every time you want to kill some group, some other group shows up. Oh, now there's elves. That's nice. But this time it worked out pretty well. Alright, let's get some 12.0. Yeah, Serpent's Lash is pretty good, and the Heavenly Storm ability is pretty good, but they're not a good enough reason for me to... Those were actually, well, there were Invis stabs, but there's also a lot of Confusion stabs. Armor is so, I am going to switch to wearing these Fire Dragon scales, and that's basically going to help me be able to do melee stuff in Zot in combination with Wu. That way, Orbs of Fire will go down pretty easily. That's just sort of roughly where I'm going for. Yeah, there is Artifact Ring Mail. We could check it out. Gestures. Sometimes a really outstanding ring mail can actually be a good one too. Or even a scale. But the nice thing about Fire Dragon scales are that the encumbrance is low enough that my spells will be fine, and also low enough that I retain some stealth and gives a useful resistance on top. So pretty decent enough choice for this character. Enchant Scrolls will go to a Demon Blade probably, which I will have to train. I have cross training, so it won't really take a lot, but hopefully we find one. I'll probably find it in depths, which is fine. I generally really hate to wait that long for an endgame weapon, but this character it's going to happen. Mostly I want to be able to use Wu and not just like do some like go into summons or some other weird plan and just sort of pretend that I'm worshipping a god that provides only like one passive thing. Well, I will do that. Viz too good. Hey, what's up, Jimma? How's it going? Look at that. Wander Stab. Level 22. What are we looking like? Now we're getting miscast down, although BVC is not amazing. Yeah, we'll have to take it all the way up to 12 for sure. But this plan should work out okay. We'll probably get some more levels in armor, definitely at least 12, maybe even 15, and we need to get some fighting skill for real. No. These guys, no, they don't. There we go. Got rid of you, my friend. I wanted to kill him because he's gonna, if I kill all this stuff, he's gonna cast Twisted Resurrection, and that's gonna be a pain. I'll have to fight like 15 bombs. Congrats. Couldn't have Gressup's name anything other than green. Wouldn't be the same. Here's a demonologist. Damn it. Alright, well, that worked. Kind of a bad calculation on my part there for that Serpent Slash, but that's alright. Corpse Rot and Agony, all the Necro spells recently. I have not been getting the confusion drop on those guys, and they have been convoking every single time. Dart Slug Corpse. We might stop at 10 for a while. These things hit pretty hard, so you really have to watch out for especially that AF cold melee. I'm not being too careful since I'm invis, but oh wow. Okay, we have some mutations to cure, looks like. I've been neglecting my paying attention to Contam from Invis usage. Oh, why would you do that? After I finish this level, we will be curing some mutations. I have plenty, but I need to watch out for that. It's one of those things where you're a little bit lazy and wow. Artifact Storm Dragon scales. Too bad that's not going to happen. Intriguing though. One resist I would like to have at this point would be Arlek. That armor is sort of like so heavy and it would nerf my stealth definitely more to the ground. I'm not sure how many pips I would actually lose, but I would really like to retain some of my stealth if I can, so that stabs are still a thing. And I can train more of it, but I can't train that much more of it. And it is fairly costly. Actually, strength doesn't determine that. It's all based, I don't know, actually it might. It might also have a penalty based on your strength. It's just that the stealth penalty from the armor isn't affected by your armor skill. It's just based on the base AC of the armor, the encumbrance of the armor. So you can't improve it through skilling armor. You can just try to counteract it by training stealth. But I don't know if increasing strength removes the penalty that also affects stealth. You know, as an additional penalty. The AE, VP, or whatever it's called. Psalms random teleport. In what sense? In like, is it fair, or Zom is an unfair god? I mean, he's a challenge god. So in some sense, the god is allowed to do unfair things, but I don't think actually Zom's teleport is at all. It seems pretty fitting for Zom. There are probably other things that I would like to save plenty of lives. Is that in the Toasted Zergling guide? The Toasted Zergling's Tactics Survival Guide. Worship Zom so that you can teleport. If you're feeling in a pinch and there's a Zom altar nearby, abandon your god for Zom. You might get teleported away. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Zom can just like kill you, even from max HP early on in the game. And it's not to say that you couldn't redesign Zom to be like less unfair of a challenge god. You probably could, but you really need to look very carefully at all of Zom's effects, and I think there are worse ones. Obviously, like early banishment. He just does things that do damage to you, like miscast type effects that can just kill you. Zom slaps you with a wet trout. Rip that prayer message. Okay, so what are we looking like for spells? Dispel Undead 6%. BVC's still kind of high-ish at 13. Am I ready to make the switch? Oh, that's right. I wanted to... We've got two things, actually, we need to take care of. We have an acquire pole. And here's a char dump. If you want to see exactly how many rations I have so that you can... Or how many blood potions so that you can suggest acquire blood helpfully. Well, you can examine that char dump to know for sure. But there's a acquirement scroll for 936 gold. Spell? I'm not sure what you're talking about, Jimma. Oh wait, I'm carrying mutation potions. I did not need to travel here. Oh well. Wow, that was a pretty good potion. I got innate art poison. So BBC is still a little bit high. Dispel is pretty good. I could go ahead and switch over to this now. I'm all out of enchant armor, I believe. So yeah, that's... It would be funny if I acquired weapon, but it would be a bad acquirement. Alright, see you later, Two-Headed. Thanks for stopping by. What is it that I need? The only thing I have to buy that's really important is the acquirement scroll itself, which I have money for. We're not getting too much AC yet. I think I'm missing a bunch of AC from like Unenchanted Cloak, missing 3 AC from the armor. I happen to have like +0 on everything. So if I can get like maybe another 3 AC from the armor, another 3 AC or so. I do have the shield of protection that's backing me up a little bit though. So mostly I'm just hoping to get up into the low 30s for AC, and that's about as good as we're gonna get. Then we just need to score that Demon Blade. Hopefully... Yep, there is a... protection. Wasn't the best search I could have done, but... My +1 Ring of Robustness is a poor substitute. Don't need the Staff of Fire. Guessing not many people voted for this. Book 1, Armor 1, Jewel 2. Jewel, always a player favorite, I've noticed. I almost never do it because it so rarely works out. I'll get some un-ID'd. I think I have a ton of un-ID'd stuff, actually. Yeah. I don't get it, guy. I don't get the joke. Someone's gonna have to explain it to me. Well, I could really use some upgraded armor, that's for sure. This hat is sort of convenient because I would like. It's just nice to have 3 MR pips. The strength gloves are also kind of convenient. If I lost those, I would probably be back into bad spellcasting territory. But I could definitely use a better cloak. I could use some boots. Miracle armor requirement could work. And then for jewelry, what would we have? I've got stealth, which is not an amazing piece of equipment for sure. It's just giving me a bit more stealth so that I can like get more stabs. But until I really get a weapon going, I prefer to be able to stab pretty well. Once I get the Demon Blade, I'll care about that a little bit less at least. Once I get the Demon Blade and get it enchanted and get it trained, which is a little ways away. So I guess those are the you can always take the gloves off the check miscast, Jian. I don't know what you mean, Jimma. I'm saying the gloves give me strength. The gloves give me strength, which is meaning that I have more spell penalty. That's what I mean by that. Because I'm wearing armor now, I'm not wearing a robe. That's why the gloves are relevant. It's not the yeah. I could take them off and see, for instance, and it's going to hurt a little bit. It's not the end of the world. I knew that would be the case, but. Yeah, but I knew it wasn't going to be big. It's just pointing out that it's going to be a slight penalty. So it could be to the point where I have to train more in those skills, or even think about wearing wizardry. And I'd kind of like to not to, but I could swap out self. I'm just sort of going through like optimizing what would be the best choice, and whether or not I would want to switch out those gloves or not. They're kind of convenient. Yeah, there is invis, that is true, but I also have a +5 hex to zapped, or +4, and I can train up a little bit. And like I said, if I could get wizardry, I could also just use that, and that would solve all my problems with spells. So there's a few different ways you can kind of like, you know, balance it. So I'm just sort of thinking out loud about what all I would want. I guess I usually troll chat with the acquirement, so maybe I'll listen to chat this time. I know it's going to let me down the one time I listen to you. I'm going to acquire, maybe I'll get a ring of wizardry, and that would actually be somewhat useful. Scintillating brass ring. What is it? Oh, see? I told you. See, I told you, chat. I told you this would happen. You gave me a ring of dex. Worthless. And I'm so worthless I can't even drop it properly. So BBC still has some fail rate, but I'm okay with 13%. Before we were at like 39%, that was just totally unacceptable. Well, it's not usable. Well, what do we have left? I could go do Crypt. I think I will actually do a couple levels of Crypt. I'm going to do Crypt like iteratively. Like how I did... Oh, nice. Well, that's not so nice. So I've got a lot of blood potions, and once I get down to like, I might not even be able to finish more than just this one level before I have to go back and go into depths, and that's fine. About the only thing that I have to worry about is mostly just its free XP. Since I have Dispel, and I can, not everything here sees and biz, so I can get a lot of easy XP basically. You see, we burn through these blood potions really fast, though, between all the spell casting. So we just kind of go back and forth, and I may not even get to finish this entire level. We'll have to see. Crypt has a lovely tile set. Well, fortunately, I can't even see its tile set. Yeah, it is. Well, the funny thing is that people get in over their heads and do Elf when Crypt is actually an easier choice. People like doing Elf, but I feel like they don't like doing Crypt, so they'll find excuses for why they think Crypt is scary. But Crypt is fairly easy to do, and it's not that annoying, really. I find Elf to be kind of a lot more annoying. Elf 3, at least. Oh, you would do that, Mr. Your summoner. Yeah, that's what I thought. But I am a bat. A bat who can fly. Wow. Okay, well, that's certainly a thing that has happened. Menas and Frederick. Man, he's carrying... Oh, Enchanted Blade of Holy Wrath. What a pain. That's the right sort of class, but I cannot use that. I cannot use that weapon.